Scorching days are back, and they're not pulling any punches. Expect a stretch of heat that will make it feel like the upper 90s across much of New England. But here's where it gets controversial. While the heat will be intense, forecasters say the humidity won't be as brutal as it was during earlier heat waves this summer. So it'll be sticky, yes, but not quite the walking through soup level many remember. What's driving it? A stubborn high-pressure system teamed up with a southerly wind flow is locking in the warmth, keeping temperatures elevated at least through midweek. That pattern traps heat near the surface and limits cloud cover, allowing the sun to do its work day after day. And this is the part most people miss. Even if actual temperatures don't hit 100, the combination of heat and moisture in the air can push the feels-like temperature up several degrees, which is what your body actually responds to. There's a flip side, though. Dew points, a key measure of how humid the air feels, aren't projected to soar to the oppressive levels we've seen in past events. Think muggy and uncomfortable, not overwhelmingly suffocating. For anyone new to this, a dew point in the 60s feels humid, the 70s feels tropical. This setup leans closer to the lower end of that range, which can make a noticeable difference in how you handle the heat during the day and even how well you sleep at night. Public safety measures are already in place. Most of southern New England is under air quality alerts due to heat and stagnant air that can trap pollutants near the surface. Boston has declared a heat emergency through Wednesday, mobilizing cooling resources and urging residents to take precautions. Parts of New Hampshire are under heat advisories into Tuesday, signaling that dangerous heat indices are likely for several hours each afternoon. If you plan to be outdoors for any length of time through Wednesday, treat it like a marathon, not a sprint. Practical tips still matter. Hydrate frequently, take breaks in the shade or air conditioning, and wear lightweight, breathable clothing. If you're exercising, shift to early morning or late evening, and watch for signs of heat exhaustion, like dizziness, headache, or nausea. Remember, cars heat up rapidly. Never leave kids or pets inside, even for a few minutes. What to expect midweek? Temperatures. Highs will peak during the afternoon, with widespread feels-like readings in the 90s. Humidity. Noticeable but not extreme, still enough to amplify the heat. Air quality. Sensitive groups, children, older adults, and those with respiratory conditions should limit outdoor exertion during the hottest and haziest parts of the day. Want a simple way to visualize it? Picture a lid on a pot. That's the high-pressure dome parked over us, pressing warm air down and keeping it from mixing out. Until that lid budges, the heat sticks around. A shift to a different wind pattern or a weak front could finally break the cycle after midweek. But timing can wobble by a day, depending on how quickly the atmosphere changes. One more thought that might spark debate. Are these repeated heat waves just seasonal bad luck, or part of a broader warming trend making heat emergencies more common? Some will argue it's weather doing what weather does. Others will point to the increasing frequency of such events. Where do you stand? And do you feel this week's heat is notably different from past summers? Share your take, agree or disagree, and tell us what you're seeing on the ground.